What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and this has been a tough transmission drop, I'll tell you what. So the first thing is that I'm working under here in all this sludge and everything. So by the time I got the transmission dropped out, and then I replaced the internal slave, it was just not moving forward at all with all that weight on it. So I ended up having to do a whole bunch of maneuvering and trying to jack stuff up and all kinds of garbage. Ended up getting it bolted up. And so far, right now, what I'm doing is I'm just finishing bolting up the cross member. Everything's plugged in and ready to go other than rear drive shaft. And I have to tighten up the transmission bolts down here and then fill her with oil. And she'll be ready to go. But I tell you what, this was such a pain in the butt with not having anything that the jack can roll on. I have never had such a problem. I've done this once before, and it was in my dad's backyard with rocks. So it's like a bunch of rocks all over the ground, which I thought was going to be a pain, but it slid pretty easily over those rocks. My brother helped me with that, and it was easy. This, on the other hand, is literal mud. And every time it's a nice sunny day like today, I come out to work, just 2 hours in, it's a puddle like this. It was dry when I came out, trust me. But what's happening is all this ice is melting and running straight under here. I'm actually doing this video. This part right here is 2 days after the day I dropped it, and that's because we had a big storm. I was already messing with the stupid jack. I had the part replaced within 5 minutes. But I was having such trouble, and I was getting so irritated with this stupid jack not rolling with the transmission on it. It was a lot of weight. It was just me, so it's a real pain in the butt. Anyway, there was also a big storm, so it snowed and it rained and all kinds of stuff yesterday. So I had to just leave it jacked up into the transmission tunnel for a day or so. I don't remember how long it was, but it was a beautiful sunny day today, so I decided to come out and finish her. And what I ended up doing was, to get the transmission in spot without sliding the jack, I just jacked up the oil pan so it would straighten out, because my problem was that the engine and transmission and everything was at an angle like this, because it was all just dropped, and I could not hold it on the jack like that. So I just jacked up the oil pan, and then I was able to put it at a level. Well, you know what I mean. I put the transmission leveled to where it will slide right into the hole, because otherwise it was just going to be a real pain if I kept doing it the way I was trying to do it, which was keeping it at that angle. So luckily I did that, and now it's working and everything. Almost done here. I mean, I forgot I do have to install my exhaust too. So I got my exhaust, I got my drive shaft, got to put some oil in the transfer case, and tighten up the cross member bolts and the transmission bolts, and that's it. It is good and ready to go. And the next video I'm going to be doing is this pain in the butt. Now I know I haven't showed you guys too much of it, but I already got the part for it. It's used, but it's gonna work. The only problem that I'm going to have, I believe, is just look at how banged up these bolts are. These bolts are so beat up that I'm hoping I'm not gonna have to cut them off. There's another one back there that is also really banged up. Let me try to get you guys a good angle of it. If you guys can see that, it's pretty banged up. Anyway, this is the next video. I really hope I don't have to cut those suckers off, because otherwise it's a very, very easy and simple job. Anyway, got my wheel off. And if you guys know anything about this, let me just turn the camera around real quick, I'll show you. All right, so if you guys have seen my previous videos and you know about this damn axle, it completely sheared the ears for the U-joint. I managed to get this bolt loose so far, and this one, because they were like rounded heads. And right now I just got the last one loosened, so I don't have any 12-point sockets, but what I do have is a 12-point opening, or a box end wrench. And what I had to do is I had to hammer this thing on here like so, and then I'm using the jack handle as leverage, and that's getting this sucker to turn nicely. Should I use these bolts again? Probably not, but considering that, you know, times are tough, I think I'm going to. I'm just gonna oil them up so they don't get seized in there, and shouldn't be a problem. So all I gotta do is take these 3 bolts off. This whole hub is gonna come out easy peasy. You know what I should do though, before anything, is get this damn nut off, this axle nut. So I already took off the brakes, but I probably will have to put the tire back on and lower it down and then break this nut if I have even the right dang socket size, because these ones aren't gonna cut it, I don't believe. They're also 12-point freaking nuts. I do have one somewhere that's bigger. Hopefully it's the right size, because I'm not getting this job done without that taken off. But now that these 3 bolts are coming out, it's very easy job, super simple. The transmission's already completely done. The only thing I need to do is fill it with oil, and onto this bad boy. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the tire on, or at least I'm gonna see first if I have the dang socket for this thing. And then I'll throw the tire on, lower it down, break the nut, pull that off, and then I'll get the 3 bolts off since they're already loosened. And I'll give you guys an update if it goes well. If not, this will probably be another multi-day thing, because I'll have to get the right socket or whatever. But until the next update. Guys, got the axle out right there, the broken son of a bee. And I got the bolts out. Everything seems to be working very smooth. However, I do not have the nut for the axle that goes into the hub. So this is going to be another 2-part video. And when I get it, I will show it fully assembling and everything, because I know I like to skip past all that stuff and not record it. But when I get that axle nut, it's a 36 millimeter from the research that I've done. So I have a 32 millimeter, and that's about it. So I need to get the 36 millimeter, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mount, let me show you guys real quick. I'm just gonna mount this whole hub assembly into my tire right there. And then while it's on the ground, I will just flip it this way with the lugs bolted onto the wheel. And then I should be able to get that nut off pretty easy, considering it's a 160-pound wheel and tire setup. It should be just fine. So now that I got everything taken apart, this will be unfortunately another 2-part, like I said. Thank you guys for the views. I appreciate it, and I will definitely see you on the next one.